definitely something that is very scary as the Rise comes through, so even more ability to impact side lanes. And I gotta say, I think it's kind of a smash hit from G2 again. Matchups are feeling good, but most importantly, Gen.G are not
in the early stages of this matchup on the top side than he was in the previous one. It's now Gen.G looking to re-dive. Knock up there onto Hans. Q follow. Vault breaker in the first blood. Gen.G make it look easy. And it's a nice commitment from Canyon. Lets one wave go by. Skewmond leaves. He comes again.
Oh, that's pre-6 Wukong though. Not quite the same amount of power. Keen is a little low though.
Keen, careful to get his damage out before he overheats. The taunt, solid, good damage. Flashing to safety. Broken Blade chunked out.
Uh-oh.
Won't quite fall, but those minions doing a hell of a lot of damage. Keen.
Canyon's on his way. He still has flash.
Oh no. The flash from Broken.
The vibe's good there as the TP comes in. Canyon maybe in trouble.
Canyon. LeBron just able to hit the edge on the knockup. Canyon still only level 4. Flashing over the wall. Knockback onto Broken Blade. Duro using him as a taxi to try to make it out to safety. Doesn't have the Scuttle Crab in his favor though, so no extra movement speed. And he will get taken down. A nice little look from the side of G2.
And again, the fact that Skewmond also was the one that picked up the kill, I think pretty big deal. The Wukong snowballs insanely well when you can get these. Skewmond has the ultimate available. Slight gold lead, but the bot lane just can't move.
Ruler.
Yeah, they're gonna...
Chovy committed to recalling though.
Maybe look for one. Chovy does have TP.
Will TP in. G2 might just have to be happy with that as a consolation prize, but Skewmond's still sticking around, maybe hoping to find a steal. Hansama at least getting the souls. Nice engage coming in from Duro. Lock up there onto the Wukong. Chovy's ult goes in as well, and down goes Skewmond. Lebrov caught in the midst of the pit. Hansama laying down a bit more shielding, and it looks like Vi will fall. Canyon spit over the wall. Taken out of the pit, Hansama. Waiting for the flash to come through. Root is there. Curtains called on Lebrov, and down goes the Catfish. Feat of War claimed by the side of Gen.G alongside the Grubs, excuse me.
It's a flip. They're going to take a bit of a gamble here. There's a TP.
A bold call. TP, Galio on the way in. Broken Blade probably immediately going to start channeling taunt here. Locked up. Beautiful CC layering. Finds the taunt into Duro. The stun kind of missing from the side of Ruler. Doesn't connect the snare. Now the ulti from Chovy. G2 retreating. But they've effectively lost their top laner. And Canyon's just now arriving. The equalizer's still there. The curtain call there. They got 2 ultis. But not much else to show for it as the equalizer is laid down. Canyon rooted up for a moment. Lebrov taken out. Gen.G in the extended fight plays so well around their cooldowns.
And G2 knowingly taking a risk there with that TP instead of trying to go for a play elsewhere on the map. In jungle, mid AD carry could be tough as Canyon looking for a play towards mid. Again, Herald is up. That's going to be what the teams are playing for.
Q flash clean from Canyon. Hansama's got nowhere to go. Duro not even needed.
You can see not really any cross map available, unfortunately. See if they can turn it maybe into a little bit of vision towards the dragon. Skewmond walking up.
Finding Duro. Lebrov making sure he can get out, but knocked backwards. Good use of the Abyssal Dive.
Play towards mid, but top wave is getting demolished, and Chovy's going to get the free turret.
And what we have to remember in this context is Caps.
Skewmond trying to get in the opponent's heads continuously as we do have the Herald being dropped.
G2 running forward. They see Chovy on the top side. They're not concerned. Excellent combo to kick things off. Equalizer follows. Caps off to the side. He's been isolated and Ruler looking to follow. Lebrov resets the fight with the Devour. Gets a bit more space, but Gen.G have already taken the tower, and now it's Chovy chasing through. Duro looking for another combo! The Alistair finding the angle, but they're only hitting the tankiest members. Cap still stepping forward, looking for a bit more damage, but now the curtains have been called. Body block there, Lebrov getting low. Skewmond covering. G2 holding on for now, but they've lost priority. No! Ruler! Patience in the Gen.G logo!
OTP, DTP, look at the flank!
G2 trying to throw a Hail Mary here.
It's 2 of them.
Gen.G committed so much to the midway play. Trying to get Drake might be greedy, but G2, do they have the damage to punish? Chovy locked up. Root there, he doesn't have the ulti to escape. Skewmond now trying to get out. Keen burning everybody! The Rumble alive! Ruler's only got 2 more shots! But it might not matter. 1 more bullet to come through. The Root connecting. Ruler so damn fast. Chovy alive as well. G2 crumble!
The G2 go for the Hail Mary, the double TP, but it doesn't quite work out. Gen.G despite using so many tools, it feels like initially maybe too many on that mid lane players. Oh, Ruler.
Missile Voyage there. Q. Auto.
Woo! 1,000 gold! And that's not something we say often.
No. I wasn't particularly hungry for Heartsteel for this team, but hey, you get it a little sooner. A lot sooner. I think that is as production is highlighting here, that is a sated Kinch coin paste gold grind as Q just barely not going to hit, but now it's Hansama who's been locked up. Hansama who's getting picked in mid lane. Duro taking his sweet time trying to find more. Chovy is there. G2 just wanted a couple creeps and it might cost them their lives. This time they're playing it safe though. Ruler. You know he's thinking about it.
Caps did many times in the game number 1.
G2 are behind in items. They're 5,000 gold down. Keen finding himself in the midst of 3. CC there, Skewmon about to follow, tries to get out before he gets burnt to death. Devour from Lebrov. But it's Otacon in the meantime, an easy pickup for Gen.G. Happy to make the trade, 1 member for the power of that buff.
Chovy gonna be spotting Broken Blade. Bit of a questionable flash there from Keen, given that there's a Tom Kench standing right next to the target. Trying the burn is Canyon.
Canyon overstaying a bit here, but Ruler waiting behind. Ruler with almost 3 items ready to go. Look at the damage coming through, but Hansama still living for an extra moment. Flash forward from Ruler. Hits his mark, finds his man. Chovy going face first in the caps is a bit difficult. The damage is there from the rise, but Ruler remains uncontested. 4th shot. A brief moment to reload. Realm Warp in. Wukong delivered. But Broken Blade out of mana. They can't find the engage, and out comes the ulti. It's Chovy on the side. Getting shot like fish in the barrel. Duro to follow through. Ruler, uncontested. Chovy dishing out so much damage. Skewmon tries to get something back. He has an extra moment, but the knockup is there from Duro and down.
Have his flash. At least he has the spell book. As Ruler taking business into his own hands in this game number 2.
And look at the difference in a game where Gen.G have equivalent tools to G2. Ways to start fights. Ways.
A right chuckle there from Ruler. This game, he is going to be a lot more happy. He's again a pick.
Again, looking for the option onto Duro. They get the ulti, 2-man knockup. Ruler forced to back away. Lock into the Iron Solari used. Duro will fall.
Oh, you got to pull the trigger. Looks like they don't want to take the risk either.
Chovy.
Maybe trusting in the Hans.
No getting out of this one. Chovy, damage coming through. Broken Blade wants to save the day. But Ruler just cannot miss in this game. Skewmon called out, knocked down, fakes the stealth, but Canyon's not falling for it. Knock up there on Ruler, maybe it can be the turning factor. It's all eyes on Caps. Caps who has to do the damage. Caps who cannot afford to be burnt down by Keen. Lebrov buys him an extra moment, but Canyon's already there. Caps running for his life, but it's just not enough. Because in the midst of the fight, it is Ruler. Coming in from the Yomus. Baron now as well. On a team with the
See him? That might have been the difference maker. If they get him, it could be something, but instead...
Another fight. Equalizer from Keen to kick things off. Long range route coming in from Ruler. Follow up from Duro. Broken Blade locked up. Goes Golden. Lebrov, 2 seconds on the ulti. Can try to save him, but if you use that ulti, you know it's easy pickings for Canyon in the next fight. Caps on the side.
Chovy's pushing.
Yeah, Chovy is pushing. It's just 4 members. Chovy denying so much gold. Set to get this tower for free. The 3 grubs they secured earlier in the game, but G2 know they need a Hail Mary. They need a desperation play. Flash forward from Caps. Root onto Ruler. Lockup coming in from Hansama. He might be vulnerable on the backside, but all that matters is killing this AD carry. G2 find their man, but now it's Chovy in the fight. Chovy who deletes Hansama. Canyon follow-up. Duro there as well, trying to lock down the rise. Keen gonna follow up as well. Caps, not enough room to play, but the taunt from Broken Blade is big. He's burning in the midst of it all, though. And again, it is Gen.G who will not falter. And Chovy with the quadra.
And G2 with the TP, with the Realm Warp, they do find a Ruler, but unfortunately the game has destabilized to the point where it just doesn't matter. Keen is toasting them 10 stacks dark, still same for Chovy, who does join, seeing his AD carry fall. There's just too much AoE damage available here for Gen.G as the Inips falls, and we're about to go to 1-1 here, Dracos.
That we are.
Broken Blade, unfortunately, still not able to really take too much of a beating because of the state of the gold. Now Gen.G, 2 Inips down. Certainly just looking to end this one with as little opportunity as possible. And for G2, Caps does have Death Cap. If If he can get a couple of rotations off, maybe that's something they can play towards, but everyone just goes down so quickly. These items on Gen.G just hurt too much.
That they do. Ocean Soul now as well, making it that much easier. A little bit of poke from Ruler can heal him back up from anything that G2 can throw back at him. That's Canyon waiting off to the side. Happy to trade his ultimate for Lebrovs if he needs to. Equalizer used. Gen.G immediately pull the trigger, finding multiple members. The ults are beautiful, but it's Broken Blade with a 3-man knockup. Hansama for now uncontested. Caps burned down again. The curtain call coming in. Ruler untouched, undaunted, unfazed by a single loss. Gen.G, one final moment, taking their time. Skewmon desperately trying to make the difference with the base in tatters in front of them. Gen.G fire back in game 2 and tie.